You woke up again with that tight ache under your ribs. The one that comes after checking your phone and finding no message. No sign. No answer from the one your soul still feels. You smiled for the world. But inside you whispered, how much longer must I wait? How many more closed doors? How many more almosts? How many more delays before love finally reaches me? Dear Starseed from Gaia, I am Selenia, emissary of the stellar heart healers, and I come close to you now through the silver fields of the Pleiadian light. I speak to the woman who has loved deeply, prayed quietly, waited bravely, and wondered if the universe forgot her name. It did not. The Source Creator has not overlooked you. The Source Creator has been moving behind the veil, closing a cycle of delay that was never meant to last forever. By the end of this transmission, you will understand why the obstacle that hurt you was not a rejection, why the silence around your soul union has been part of a sacred correction, and why today carries a release prepared especially for you. You will understand why you were asked to trust when nothing made sense, and why giving up now would mean walking away at the very edge of the door that is opening. Listen to me with your heart, beloved one, because the first revelation is this. The delay was not proof that your blessing was denied. The delay was proof that your blessing was being protected. I know the human heart does not like these words at first. I know you wanted the call, the apology, the meeting, the ring, the reunion, the clear sign, the soft voice saying, I choose you. I know you wanted love to arrive before your hope grew tired. But from the higher chambers, I saw currents around you that you could not see. I saw old fears attached to the bond. I saw past wounds trying to enter the new door. I saw people, patterns, memories, and lower agreements standing in the road between you and the love your soul came here to remember. And the Source Creator said, not yet, not because she is unworthy, but because what comes to her must come clean. This is why some paths closed without warning. This is why certain people grew distant. This is why plans changed, messages were delayed, and your heart was placed in the holy fire of patience. It was not punishment. It was purification. You were not being held back from love. You were being held back from repeating the version of love that made you beg, chase, shrink, explain, and forget your own light. Beloved Starseed, the blessing prepared for you is not a copy of the pain you have already survived. It is not another half-love. It is not another lesson dressed as devotion. The Source Creator is removing the stones from the road because your heart has completed a circle. A karmic turn is ending. The long hallway of delay is closing. The heavy door is moving. You may have felt this in your body before you heard these words, a strange restlessness. A pull to clean your room, clear old photos, delete a message thread, change your hair, move furniture, release an object, cry for no clear reason, or stop explaining yourself to someone who never truly listened. These are not random urges. These are signs that the field around you is being reset. The Galactic Federation of Light has witnessed many daughters of Gaia standing at this exact threshold. You are not the only one who has been tested in love. You are part of a feminine wave rising from disappointment into divine receiving. And I, Selenia, tell you now, your softness was never weakness. Your loyalty was never foolish. Your tears were never wasted. They watered the timeline where love can finally meet you without requiring you to abandon yourself. The first key is to stop calling the waiting a failure. Call it preparation. When you name it failure, your heart contracts. When you name it preparation, your soul opens. And an open soul can receive what a wounded mind cannot recognize. You have asked, why has it taken so long? The answer is not that you are hard to love. The answer is that your love is powerful, and powerful love must be joined with a soul who can honor it. If the person connected to your destiny is healing, then the delay has been mercy. If someone false was blocking your path, then the delay has been protection. If your own heart was still tied to fear, then the delay has been training you to receive without panic. Today, a blessing is being released in your field, but you must not close your hands before it lands. Do not surrender to the old story at the final moment. Do not say, it will never happen, when heaven has already sent movement. Do not let one quiet day convince you that the source has stopped speaking. Sometimes the greatest turn begins in silence. Because the old world has no language for what is being born, I am asking you to trust one more time. Not blindly, but sacredly. Trust that what is yours does not need to be forced. Trust that the obstacle being removed may first appear as a loss, a delay, or a sudden ending. Trust that when Source clears the road, some things must fall away quickly. Trust that the love meant for your soul union will not require you to betray your inner knowing. If these words are reaching the ache inside you, then your field is already responding. Comment Hezarday 11:1 and write, I trust the blessing that is being released today. Let that number become your vow to the Source Creator that you will not quit at the edge of arrival. Like this transmission, so it can reach another Starseed sister who is losing hope in love tonight, and subscribe to remain within this circle of Pleiadian remembrance, because I will continue guiding you through the keys of this unfolding, and your heart must be ready for what is now moving toward you. The second key is to see the layers, beloved one, because what delayed you was not one simple wall. It was a field of old weight placed over your heart before you knew how to name it. Some of it came through your family line. You carried women who waited in silence, women who loved men who could not stay, women who gave everything and received crumbs, women who were taught to be grateful for any affection, even when it hurt. Their unfinished grief moved like a quiet river under your choices. You may have thought you were only missing one person, but sometimes your tears were also the tears of your mother, your grandmother, and the forgotten feminine voices behind them. This was placed on you through inheritance, not because you asked for it, not because you were weak, but because your soul came as a breaker of patterns. You did not come to repeat the lonely table. You came to restore the sacred seat of the beloved woman. Another layer came from past partners who did not know how to hold your depth. They touched your body, your dreams, your trust, and then left pieces of confusion in your field. A woman of light bonds through feeling. When you love, you open gates. When someone enters those gates without honor, their fear can echo inside you long after they are gone. That is why you still feel tired after a connection ended. That is why a short love story can live in your body like a long war. Your heart did not exaggerate. Your energy remembered. Another layer came from the one your soul still feels. Yes, beloved one, sometimes the soul union itself carries delay because both hearts are not awakened at the same hour. One may recognize the bond through longing, dreams, numbers, music, and tears. The other may run from it, numb it, doubt it, or bury it beneath work, pride, another relationship, family pressure, or fear of being seen. This does not mean the bond is false. It means the human self has not yet obeyed the soul. And another layer was placed by the world around you, a world that tells women to hurry, to settle, to compete, to compare, to measure love by age, body, status, and public proof. You looked at other women being chosen, and your heart asked if something was wrong with you. Nothing was wrong with you. The false clock was wrong. The cruel mirror was wrong. The voice that said you were too late was wrong. Hear me now with both your human heart and your star heart. The delay was not born from your lack of beauty. It was not born from your lack of worth. It was not born because you prayed poorly, loved too much, or failed some hidden test. You were placed inside a clearing where Source could remove what did not belong to the next chapter of your love. The third key is to stop carrying guilt for the obstacle. You have been asking, what did I do to push love away? But I tell you, many of the blocks were not created by your choice. They were agreements your soul found when it entered Gaia. And your mission has been to dissolve them through awareness, not shame. A vow may have been active in your field. A vow from another life that said, I will wait forever. A vow that said, love is sacrifice. A vow that said, if I am chosen, someone else will suffer. A vow that said, I must prove devotion through pain. These old words can hide beneath modern love. They can make you feel loyal to someone who offers little, They can make you reject a peaceful love because chaos feels more familiar. They can make you panic when a kind soul comes close. Tonight, the Source Creator is loosening those vows, not by erasing your capacity to love, but by restoring your power to choose love without bondage. You are not here to be chained to longing. You are here to be met in truth. There may also have been eyes of envy around your union. I speak plainly because the time for soft hiding is ending. Not every smile around you celebrated your becoming. Some people felt the light in you and wished to dim it. Some saw the tenderness between you and another soul and projected doubt, gossip, judgment, or fear into the field. This is not to make you afraid. A woman anchored in Source does not fear envy, but she becomes wise. She stops placing sacred things in careless hands. She stops explaining her divine connection to those who feed on confusion. If your love life has felt watched, interrupted, or strangely heavy after you shared too much, this is a sign. Silence can be holy protection. Privacy can become a temple. The next movement in your soul union may require fewer witnesses and deeper prayer. This is also why I guide many starseed women toward the second doorway of remembrance. If your heart is ready to understand the patterns beneath attraction, separation, soul bonds, emotional wounds, and divine partnership, the heart portal activation, the Pleiadian code of divine relationships, has been placed as a guide for this exact season. It is not simply a book. It is a mirror for the woman who is done chasing love through old pain and is ready to receive from alignment. This edition is available for a limited time only, and the link is in the first pinned comment below. Enter it only if your soul says yes, because the work of love is sacred, and every sacred doorway must be crossed by choice. The fourth key is to recognize the signs that the removal has already begun. Source does not always announce deliverance with thunder. Sometimes the first sign is that you no longer feel the same hunger for what once controlled you. You may notice you do not check the phone as often, even though you still care. You may feel a pause before sending the long message. You may open an old photo and feel tenderness, but not collapse. You may hear their name and breathe instead of breaking. You may stop stalking the signs and start becoming the sign. This is not losing love. This is love returning to its rightful place inside you. Another sign is sudden truth. A mask may fall from someone you trusted. A situation may reveal what was hidden. A person may show you, through absence or action, what their soul is ready or not ready to hold. Do not fear this. Truth is not an enemy of union. Truth is the floor union must stand on. If something cannot survive honesty, it was not strong enough to carry your future. Another sign is emotional release without a clear reason. One moment you are washing a cup, driving your car, sitting on your bed, or looking at the sky, and tears rise. Let them come. These are not always present tears. Some are stored tears leaving the nervous system. Some are tears from the version of you who waited at closed doors. Some are tears from the little girl who thought she had to earn affection by being easy, quiet, useful, or perfect. When the tears come, place your hand on your heart and say, I am not being abandoned. I am being emptied for a greater love. Say it even if your voice shakes. The cells listen. The field listens. The soul union listens beyond distance. A further sign is the return of desire for your own life. You may suddenly want to dress differently, walk somewhere new, cook for yourself, dance alone, pray again, take care of your skin, or make your home beautiful. This is very important. When a woman is trapped in delay, all her energy moves toward the missing one. When she is being released, her energy returns to her body. And when her energy returns to her body, her magnetism becomes clear. Beloved one, this is where many women misunderstand a miracle. They think the blessing is only the other person coming back, choosing clearly, apologizing, or arriving with open arms. That may be part of the blessing for some, but the first blessing is always the restoration of your own throne. Without that, any reunion becomes another test. With that, even a reunion must rise to meet you. The fifth key is to stop fighting the form of the blessing. The source creator may release love in a way your mind did not plan. A message may come from the person you expected, but in a softer, slower way than your fantasy demanded. A door may open through a meeting, a dream, a conversation, a sudden invitation, a healing truth, or a final closure that sets your heart free for the real beloved. Do not tell heaven how to deliver what heaven prepared. Some of you are waiting for one specific face because your soul recognizes a thread there. I honor that. I do not mock the bond you feel. I have seen true unions separated by fear, distance, timing, and earthly confusion. I have seen men wake from years of emotional sleep and finally understand the woman they could not forget. I have seen hearts return when the karmic noise around them was cleared. Yes, this happens, but I also tell you, as Selenia, no face is allowed to become an idol above source. If you make one human the only door God can use, you may miss the greater doorway opening beside you. True soul union does not demand that you worship pain. It invites you into recognition, respect, reciprocity, and peace. If the one you love is part of the blessing, Source will move them into truth. If they are part of the lesson, Source will move you out of bondage. Both movements are mercy. The obstacle being removed today may be internal, external, or relational. Internally, a fear may lose its grip. Externally, a circumstance may shift. Relationally, someone may be guided to face what they avoided. You do not need to push the river. You need to stop building dams with doubt. When the old thought returns and says, "Nothing ever changes for me," answer it with authority. Say, "This cycle is closing." When the ache says, "I am tired of believing," answer, "My faith is not foolish." When the memory says, "Remember who left," answer, "I remember who stayed with me, and the Source Creator never departed from my side." Your words matter now. The field is tender. Do not curse the very door that is opening. Do not declare rejection over a process that is still moving. Do not keep telling your friends the same story of defeat if your soul is being invited into a new story of arrival. Speak like a woman whose blessing is in transit. Walk like a woman whose heart is no longer for sale to confusion. The sixth key is to understand that trust is not passive. Trust is a sacred posture. It means you do not chase what Source is correcting. It means you do not beg someone to see what only awakening can reveal. It means you do not keep reopening a wound just to prove you still care. It means you care with dignity. If you feel called to send a message, pause first and ask, "Am I moving from peace or panic?" If it is panic, wait. If it is peace, speak simply. If you feel called to step back, do it without drama. If you feel called to forgive, do it without handing your boundaries away. If you feel called to hope, let the hope be clean, not desperate. Clean hope feels like a lamp in the window. Desperate hope feels like standing in the storm without a coat. Clean hope says, "I am open to what is aligned." Desperate hope says, "I will accept anything if the ache stops." You are not here to accept anything. You are here to receive what matches the woman Source has been forming in you. There is a reason you have been asked not to give up today. Not someday. Today. Because the moment before release often feels like the heaviest hour. The old cycle senses its end and tries to speak louder. It brings back the fear, the memory, the loneliness, the image of everyone else being loved before you. It tries to make you abandon the inner shift just before it becomes visible. But the heaviness is not always a sign of defeat. Sometimes it is the pressure of a door opening from the other side. Sometimes it is the final pull of an old cord leaving the body. Sometimes it is the darkness that gathers right before a timeline splits. Stay with your soul, beloved one. Stay with the quiet knowing that survived every disappointment. Stay with the part of you that still believes love can be holy, mutual, tender, and safe. That part is not naive. That part is ancient. That part remembers what love was before fear entered the earth plane. The seventh key is to prepare your vessel for the blessing, because what is released must have somewhere to land. If your home is filled with old grief, clear one small place today. If your bed still feels like a shrine to absence, change the sheets, Open the window, speak blessing over the room. If your phone carries conversations that keep reopening shame, release what your spirit tells you to release. If your body has been waiting like a locked temple, return to it with kindness. Drink water as if you are washing the inner channels. Stand under the shower and say, "What is not mine leaves now." Touch your womb space and say, "I call my feminine power home." Look into your own eyes and say, "I am not delayed because I am unworthy. I am being aligned with what can truly hold me." These simple acts matter. The physical world is not separate from the spiritual field. When you move one object with intention, the energy responds. When you close one old door with love, another door feels permission to open. When you stop sleeping beside the ghost of what hurt you, your future can come closer. And beloved one, if the person tied to your soul union begins to stir, do not abandon yourself in excitement. Let their actions become steady. Let their words match their steps. Let their return be clean. You can welcome without collapsing. You can listen without handing over the crown. You can forgive without forgetting what your healing taught you. The blessing prepared for you does not require you to become smaller. It will not ask you to silence your intuition. It will not demand that you compete with another woman, beg for basic care, or decodeness as love. The blessing will carry a different frequency. You will feel more breath in your chest. You will feel your body soften instead of brace. You will not have to perform to be noticed. For some of you, the first visible sign will come through communication. A name on the screen, a dream that feels more real than waking, a song repeated in strange places, a mutual friend speaking words that open a path. For others, the first sign will be the absence of obsession. You will wake and realize the chain is lighter. You will still love, but you will no longer bleed from waiting. Do not judge the size of the first sign. A seed is small, but it carries a forest. A single honest sentence can break months of confusion. One peaceful night can begin the healing of a wounded nervous system. One choice not to chase can shift the balance of an entire connection. The eighth key is to let Source decide the timing while you decide your alignment. Timing belongs to the Creator. Alignment belongs to your daily yes. Your yes to truth. Your yes to rest. Your yes to not returning to what empties you. Your yes to not returning to what empties you. Your yes to receiving love without fear. Your yes to becoming the woman who can stand in union without losing herself. This is why the old delays are ending in layers, not chaos. Source is not only bringing something to you, Source is making sure you do not reject it when it arrives. A heart trained by disappointment can fear good things. It can mistrust peace. It can look for danger in tenderness. It can push away the love it prayed for because calm feels unfamiliar. So the Creator has been teaching your body that safety is not boring, devotion is not a trap, and being chosen does not require you to disappear. When you feel the next wave of doubt, do not wrestle with it for hours. Place it before Sos quickly. Say, "I see this fear, but I do not enthrone it." Say, "I feel this ache, but I do not let it lead." Say, "I honor what happened, but I am available for what is holy now." A new movement has entered your field, and it asks for cooperation, not control. Cooperation. You cooperate when you refuse to speak death over love. You cooperate when you stop feeding the old identity of the woman who is always almost chosen. You cooperate when you let the false leave without chasing its shadow. You cooperate when you believe that a prepared blessing can find you even after years of delay. The ninth key is to remember why your love story matters to the mission you carried into Gaia. You did not come here only to be comforted after heartbreak. You came to change the pattern of love on this plane. You came to show that a woman can be soft without being used, loyal without being chained, open without being empty, and forgiving without surrendering her crown. Your healing is not private in the way the old world thinks. When one starseed woman stops begging for crumbs, a signal moves through the feminine grid. When one daughter of light refuses to call pain devotion, a gate opens for others. When you choose trust instead of despair, You do not only help your own heart, you help the field of love around Gaia remember its original design. This is why the delay had to end in truth, not in fantasy. Your mission is not to win someone by abandoning yourself. Your mission is to anchor a higher form of union, where two souls meet without control, without fear games, without punishment, without silence used as a weapon. You are here to embody sacred relationship as a frequency. You are here to make love holy again in the places where love was taught to wound. The Source Creator is not only bringing relief to your chest, the Source Creator is restoring your authority as a woman of light. You are being asked to hold a love that can bless your body, your home, your bloodline, your future children, your creative gifts, and even the strangers who feel your peace without knowing your story. When your heart rises, your whole timeline brightens. So do not reduce this blessing to one message, one face, one apology, or one outcome. Those may come, and if they are aligned, receive them with grace. But the greater miracle is the woman you are becoming as the road clears. She no longer confuses delay with denial. She no longer worships confusion because it feels intense. She no longer lets absence decide her worth. She stands in the doorway of the new cycle with steady eyes, saying, I am ready for love that honors the light I carry. The 10th key is the decree I bring through the Pleiadian stream, and I ask you to receive it into your body as living truth. By the authority of the Source Creator, I decree over you now. You were never broken. You were never late. You were never forgotten. The years that felt lost are being gathered into wisdom. The tears that fell in secret are being counted as sacred water. The doors that would not open were not stronger than your destiny. The people who could not choose you did not cancel the love written for your soul. I decree that shame leaves your heart. I decree that the false voice saying you are too much, too difficult, too old, too wounded, or too late is dissolved from your field. I decree that every agreement binding you to waiting without honor is broken by divine light. I decree that your feminine temple is reclaimed from rejection, comparison, and fear. I decree that the blessing prepared for you is no longer blocked by old grief, inherited sorrow, or the expectations of those who never understood your path. Breathe with me now, beloved one. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw release. Let your womb space hear this. Let the little girl inside you stop standing at the window for someone who forgot how to knock. Let the woman inside you rise and open only to what comes in truth. The cycle of delays is closing, but your faith must walk with the closing. Do not run backward to check if pain still recognizes you. Do not test the old door to see if it can hurt you again. Do not trade a divine release for a familiar ache. The soul often trembles when freedom arrives, because bondage can become known, and the unknown can feel like danger. But I tell you, the new is not here to destroy you. The new is here to meet the part of you that has been waiting for life to feel safe again. If a reunion is part of your path, let it come through humility, clarity, and action. If a new beloved is being prepared, let your heart be spacious enough to recognize the sacred without comparing it to the wound. If closure arrives before union, do not call it failure. Sometimes the final blessing of one chapter is the key that unlocks the true companion of your soul. The 11th key is to keep your channel clean in the hours after this transmission. Speak gently about yourself. Do not rehearse abandonment before sleep. Do not let your mind build temples to worst cases. Place your hand over your heart and tell your body that it does not need to defend itself from love anymore. Ask Source to show you the next honest step, not the whole staircase. One step is enough for a woman who is being guided. And if your soul desires the deeper continuation of this work, I call your attention one final time to the Heart Portal Activation, the Pleiadian Code of Divine Relationships, a spiritual guide for starseeds seeking deeper love, emotional healing, and soul-aligned relationships. This edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first pinned comment below. Enter that portal if you feel the inner yes, because your heart deserves more than signs. It deserves understanding, healing, and love that can stand in the light. Now, beloved starseed from Gaia, seal this with your voice. Comment 11111 and write, I trust the blessing that is being released today. Let those words become a living agreement between your heart and the Source Creator. Then find another soul in the comments who sounds tired and answer her with kindness. Tell her she is not alone. Tell her the delay is not the end. Tell her to breathe, because many women are crossing this threshold together. Like this transmission, so it may reach the sister who is crying in silence and needs a sign before she gives up. Subscribe to remain inside this Pleiadian circle of remembrance, because I, Selenia, will continue walking beside you as the old cycle closes and the prepared blessing finds its way into your open hands.